Today, I am going to set up a Google Pixel 9 Android device. We're going to put GrapheneOS on it. We're going to lock it down and make it completely decentralized for an off-grid communications tool. I've already got a Meshtastic node connected to the back with a MagSafe connector here, MagSafe case on the phone. So this is going to be a complete off-grid, lockdownable phone that I have to sideload apps to. It's going to be completely de-Googled, decentralized from Google, completely independent of Google, and it's going to do some cool stuff, so let's go. If you guys want to see more about this subject, check out KM4ACK's channel. He kind of gave me this idea a little bit, and another part of this idea, the part for the Meshtastic, I got from Spec 5, because they have, if you don't want to do this yourself, they have a couple of models. They have a Spectre Pro, and a Spectre Mark II now, brand new Spectre Mark II. That's a fully functional Android device running one of the latest versions of Android with inside of a 3D printed case and a Meshtastic radio inside of it. So it's an all-inclusive device. Really easy to send out Meshtastic messages and communicate with people in your area on Meshtastic. So you can always just go buy your own device, or you can do it this way. Not a sponsored video, I'm just telling you about where I'm getting this idea from. So this is the Google Pixel 9. They have a 10 out right now, and according to the GrapheneOS website, at least when I purchased this, it's probably been a month since I purchased this. I've been waiting on this because I've looked at a couple of different models, and quite frankly, I'm sort of disappointed with this one. You see this one, how it comes off like that? It does not, oh, this right here, they didn't do a very good job of gluing this in. This is from toolsbyenzo.etsy.com. That's where that came from right there. There's another one that Low Mesh makes that I just recently found, and I've ordered that, and I might change that out eventually. This device here is fine. It's just a Heltec 4 in here, and it connects on here just fine, but for whatever reason, this thing keeps popping out. So they didn't do a very good job of gluing it in there. So I can fix that myself. Not a huge issue, but I think there's a couple companies that make a MagSafe Meshtastic node like that. So we'll get back to that later. But today we're going to install GrapheneOS onto this. And I downloaded some instructions. This is a fresh install. I don't really have anything on this device right now at all. So I don't care about wiping it. In other words, it's pretty much fresh out of the box. I booted it up, logged into it, set a PIN code to log into it, and that's it. I don't have any of my accounts on it. There's nothing here that I'm going to lose at all. It's not my main device. It might become my main device before too long, but right now it is not my main device. So let's go through and set up GrapheneOS on this device. Now you might say, what is GrapheneOS? Which is a good question if you're not familiar with the term or the operating system. GrapheneOS is a privacy-focused and security-hardened mobile operating system based on the Android open source project. It's developed as a non-profit open source project and is widely regarded as one of the best options for users who want maximum privacy and security on a smartphone. The key points is that it has no Google by default. It ships without any Google apps, services, or tracking. It significantly reduces data collection and many attack vectors. So if you're worried about your Facebook listening to you in the background, you can totally shut it off using this operating system on your smartphone. Obviously, this is for Android only. It adds numerous hardened features, improves sandboxing, exploit mitigations, and better permission controls beyond that of what stock Android offers. It has Android app compatibility. You can still run almost all Android apps on it via F-Droid, Aurora Store, or by installing a sandboxed Google Play if needed. The officially supported devices, this is one of the drawbacks in my opinion, so it won't work on every Android device out there, and I have to give up my Samsung device in order to get this to work properly. For whatever reason, the phones made and sold by Google are the ones that you can easiest de-Google. Go figure. Chosen for their excellent hardware security features, long-term update support, and quality. So these Google Pixel phones get a lot of quality, and that's good, but I think it's kind of odd that the easiest phone for Graphene to de-Google is a phone that's sold by Google. Okay. The main goals of GrapheneOS is defense in depth. It makes it much harder for attackers to exploit the operating system or the apps. It has privacy by design, minimizes data leaks and tracking. It tries to maintain a smooth experience while adding security and no extra unnecessary complexity. It's transparent. It's fully open source with verifiable builds. And the history of GrapheneOS is that it was founded in actually 2014. It's now a separate nonprofit organization focused purely on research and development of the privacy security technologies. So, short little thing about GrapheneOS right there. If you want to Google more about it, I'll put a link to it in the description below. But let's check this out. Let's load this onto my Pixel 9 and see what it looks like. Following these instructions that I have on the screen, I'm going to go to Settings here and About Phone here. And it says tap on the Build menu, which is right there, Build Number. Tap 7 times to enter developer mode. No need. You are already a developer. Okay, I've already done this. I wanted to test it before we got there. Okay. So now we go back into settings. And into system. And it has developer options right here now. Down here towards the bottom. And we need to turn on OEM unlocking. Right there. And it wants me to enter my PIN. Yes, enable. Okay, good. And we need to enable USB debugging. USB debugging right there. Enable that, okay. It disconnected from the computer just now and reconnected, so we're okay. We're fine there. Okay, good. Now we're going to boot into fast boot bootloader mode. The way to do that is to power the phone off completely, it says. Move this out of the way. Let's go power off. Okay. It actually doesn't want me to plug in. I mean, it didn't ask me to plug in yet. I put that here so it's easy to get to. Okay. Now it says to hold down the volume and the power volume down while I press the power button on. So volume down right there. Press power until I see the bootloader screen. There it is right there. Boom. Like a Linux operating system. Okay, good. And then it says to open the web installer, go to grapheneos.org/web install. Here's the web installer. We're going to put that right here. Connect your Pixel 9 to the computer via USB. There we go. Okay. All right. Didn't really hear a beep or anything there. Okay. Follow the web installer. The site will detect your device. Okay. So the next instructions say to click unlock bootloader, connecting to device. Okay. While this loads, because I had to do a Windows update and download a reader for Android devices, today's video is sponsored by Ham Radio Prep. If you want to learn more about amateur radio and what we do mainly on this channel, head over to Ham Radio Prep and save a 20% discount off of all their courses with the coupon code of Jason20. Take your smartphone, Android or iOS, and go to the Play Store. I don't know. I'm going to be interested to see if I can load Ham Radio Prep onto this device with an APK once I have it de-Googled. But you can download Ham Radio Prep on either iOS or Android for free and get started today. So head over there and tell them that Ham Radio 2.0 sent you. Okay, so I click unlock bootloader on this screen right here, and it pops up a little window in front here that you guys can't see, and it does say Pixel 9 on it, so I'm going to click connect to Pixel 9, and then I'm supposed to click download release. Bootloader unlocking triggered successfully. Okay, good. Yeah, there's a new different message on the screen now. This now has this warning message pop up just like that. Okay, good deal. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to click download release. Okay, if I would read the message, which, I mean, we're ham radio operators, we don't read manuals or whatnot. So this message came up on the screen, and it says, if you do this, oh my God, you're not going to have a warranty. Okay, so right here it says do not unlock the bootloader, but if I press down, it'll say unlock the bootloader, and I'm going to hit that on the screen. Or actually, no, I think I have to hit this button on the side here. And now it says different right there. It says unlocked right there in red. Okay, so now I'm going to click download release on the website, finding latest release. Downloading TEGU, T-E-G-U, install, 2026-05-24, May 24th. That was just about a week ago at the time of this recording. So let's see where that goes, how long that takes. It looks like it's going kind of slow. Make sure my cloud sync's not running here. Okay, I'm going to let that go, and we'll come back when it's done, because y'all don't want to watch this scrolling status bar. Okay, we got that. That took maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but I had to restart once. It's like the status bar here stopped at the very beginning, and I let it go for several minutes, and it never moved. So I unplugged it, replugged it, rebooted the phone, started the process again, and then it moved fairly quickly. I think once it finally started moving and kept going, it took like maybe 2 minutes to complete. So now the next part here is I click flash release. It seems like every time I do something, it disconnects itself from the computer. You hear the USB bonk. Restarting device. Okay, that's good news. Okay, it says restarting device. It went back to the bootloader screen. Okay, this little status bar is moving, although be it slowly. Restarting device. Slowly. There it goes. Okay, it's moving. It's doing its thing. Right at the end there, okay, that took about another 2 to 3 minutes total. Okay, there it goes now. And now it says locking the bootloader. Locking the bootloader is important as it enables a full verified boot. It also prevents using flash boot to flash, format, or erase partitions. Verified boot will detect modifications to any of the OS partitions and prevent reading any modified or corrupted data. If changes are detected, error correction data is used to attain the original data, at which point it's verified again, which makes verified boot robust and non-malicious corruption. Okay, so we're going to lock the bootloader. Bootloader locking triggered successfully. successfully. Now you successfully installed GrapheneOS and can boot it. Press the power button with the default start option. Let's see. Lock the bootloader. Do not lock the bootloader. Lock the bootloader. I've already locked the bootloader, but okay. Start, power off, barcode, rescue mode, recovery mode, restart bootloader. Okay. Now the screen here says press the power button with the default start option selected in the bootloader interface to boot to the OS. Default start option. So I think that's just start right there. There we go. Okay. Your device is loading a different operating system. Still has a Google GrapheneOS. There we go. Okay. That's it right there. That's what it looks like at first. It's booting. Welcome to GrapheneOS. Okay, then. Now the computer's reading the phone again. I'm going to go ahead and unplug the phone from the USB cable. All right, so let's do this here. Bring this down like that. Next, connect to Wi-Fi. I will do that later. Date and time. Well, the date and time is wrong. Both of those are wrong. Time zone, Greenwich Mean Time, Chicago. And date. That's today. That won't be today when you guys are watching the video, but that's today right now. Location services, use location. Allow apps to have access to your... I think you can go turn that off later. I'm going to leave that on for now since it's default. Set a pin. I'm not going to give you guys my real pin. There we go. Set fingerprint. Not going to do that. Security preview release. Use alternate release channels. Receiving security patches. Okay, that's fine. It's checked by default. Restore apps and data. No, I'm not going to do that. I didn't have any apps in here to restore anyway. Navigate. Swipe to navigate phone. Use gestures to go home, back. Try it. Great job. Just swipe up to go home. Go back. Nice. Switch apps. Swipe up from the bottom of your screen, hold, and then release. Okay. It's fine. You're now all set. Start. Disable OEM unlocking. It is recommended to disable OEM unlocking to improve device security. It's already checked. Good. Start. There we go. That's what it looks like right there. So that is GrapheneOS. Again, we're going to get Meshtastic and MeshCore. And this I haven't even flashed this thing yet. It is default, whatever it came with. It came with Meshtastic. I don't know what version it's got on there. And I'm not too crazy about the fact that this ring comes out like that. So I will work on that. We'll do another updated video later. But installing GrapheneOS for the purposes of security and for a more tightly knit operating system, more secure operating system, that was the point of today's video. That's done. Let me know what else you guys would like to see as a follow-up to this video. Somehow I'm going to get access to YouTube Studio. I don't think it's fair to say you can't. I think I can enable the Google Play Store, but most of the time you don't want to do that. Most of the time you want to load stuff to it. But there's ways around that where you can still use some of the stuff without having to like register it on the Google account. I don't understand it fully. So I'm going to learn this as I go. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see on this upcoming. And let me know if you have a phone running GrapheneOS and what you think about it. 73 guys, if you like this video, check these out up here. This is what YouTube thinks you want to watch next. We'll catch you next time.